Hey guys, welcome to the RoundTable. Here at the RoundTable, we continue the conversations that we have had from Sunday morning and how you can have practical ways to help every person take their next steps towards Jesus together. Hey guys, welcome to episode 67 of the RoundTable. I'm Jenny Walker, the social media ministry leader here at Life Church, and this is Mike Hill, our senior pastor. I love saying senior pastor.
Change my role,
I don't know.
Senior, elderly.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing. She started looking at my gray hair, and she's like,
I did not.
Went from lead pastor to, well, he's now the senior pastor of Life Church.
Yeah. Well, remember last time we were like, well, what do you call me? Because we said the pastor, and then I would, senior just came to my mind. I guess it stuck.
Yeah, no.
That's
Who's
the thing.
that senior?
I did.
Oh. Yeah, I was going to say, nobody really calls me the senior pastor.
This is our lead pastor. My bad.
And our special guest.
And our special guest is Adam Shoemaker.
Long time follower.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Been listening for a long time.
Quite a while, yeah.
From the very beginning.
All most of season 1 and all of season 2 so
wow.
far.
We're going to be in season 3.
Huh?
So January will be season 3.
That's
How
amazing.
do you guys
I know.
split up the seasons? What do you
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be by years. It's going to be right before 69.
Just skip this,
Oh, wait, I would still have to say it. Never mind.
Yeah, we're just skipping episode 69 because Jenny doesn't want to say
I feel like that was the biblical thing to do.
Yes, Jenny doesn't want to say it on air.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay, so Adam, again, so through the RoundTable, we're trying to get to know people and kind of, understand their experiences through life. So, again, I've known you for, let's see.
Since I was in middle school.
I was going to
Wow.
say, when you were the center in football in middle school.
Did you coach him?
No, he was right. I came in and he was going out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Scott Street coached me and then Ryan Cunningham.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Yeah, so they were going, so then I can't remember what brought me into it, but I think
Brady, I went into 8th grade, Brady went into 7th grade, he started coaching Brady, and then my dad was, I think YouTube.
yeah, I helped your dad.
Yeah.
Because Ryan went up.
Yep.
Yeah, because Ryan wanted to go up to the 8th grade. Chuck stayed down with the 7th grade. Because that's how Chuck ended up coming to church.
Yeah.
From coaching
Yeah,
and
so
then
whenever
meeting
I
you?
saw him
Okay.
coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So my dad, he hadn't gone to church in a long time. I mean, he would go to the Christmas and, you know.
The Creaster.
Yeah.
Is that what
Christmas
that's
and
called?
Easter.
I was trying to think what that was the other
Creaster.
day.
Yeah.
Christmas
Creasters.
and Easter.
UM and then
At what?
Evangelical United Methodist.
I never heard it. EUM.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to say.
UM.
a long-
Evangelical United Methodist really rolls off the tongue.
Wow.
Evangelical United Methodist.
Evangelical Methodist.
Try it one more time.
Evangelical Methodist. No.
Say it one time fast.
Evangelical.
Faster.
No, I can't. I can't
Try
even. I
it
don't even.
one
I
time
can't
fast.
remember what I'm trying to say. Evangelical.
United.
Evangelical United Methodist.
Evangelical
Evangelical
Methodist
United
Church.
Methodist. Yes, church.
EM.
Right.
UM.
UM. Anyway, so I got to know him through that,
Yeah.
Got to know his dad, and then we became really good friends and started coming to life. And so then got to know the family from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
tell us a little bit about your life growing up, a little bit about you, things that you love, So just start us on your life journey and kind of where you're at today.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was born and raised Huntington. Church-wise, I mean, I'd always gone with my grandparents and everything. Usually it was more or less.
So did they go to the Evangelical United Methodist Church?
They went to UM as well. Yeah.
UM.
I more or less I would go to church, and if I wasn't at Sunday school, I would sit next to my grandpa and sleep on his lap. So
yeah, good
that's kind of how
times.
that went. You know? But yeah, I would say, went through the Huntington school system.
Well, tell me this, Adam, because one of the things we're trying to kind of glean out of everybody is we're trying to understand how much of how you grew up when it comes to, and again, when we say this, we talked about this before. So so any parent that's listening or grandparents listening, there's no, either great praise to you or great, you were terrible. The idea is it's just a story, right? And the story is just trying to understand how much of your, from middle school through high school age has an effect on faith and journey. So how important was faith in your life from whenever, middle school all the way through high school? Because I mean, again, you went to Huntington North, but what we want to try to extrapolate out of there is like, how was faith? How did it fit in? Was it important? Was it not important?
Yeah, I would say the importance drastically increased once I started coming here.
Okay.
We
So did you start coming here in high school?
middle school, I would say like 8th grade. That's when we kind of started.
So you weren't going, like your dad wasn't going to church at all before that, or your mom?
I would say like just regular, like Christmas and Easter. Mom was, it was, we were going, but not going, you know, it was, I would say like that was our home church, but was that really, were we really going that often? Nah, not too much. So,
but your grandma would consistently go.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
I would say we weren't on fire for Jesus for several years. But I mean, once we started coming here, it got a lot more intense. I met Hillary and Andy Vaught, huge mentors for me growing up, especially through just the middle school, high school era. Right. I would say my breakthrough moment was when we went with the Pittsburgh Project. I don't know if you remember that, like way back in the day, but that was my senior year. And then I got baptized. That was right before I went into college. So that was, that was, I don't know. That was a big moment.
What was Pittsburgh Project?
Pittsburgh, it was just a mission trip. We went down there for a week, and it was me, Hillary, Andy, Brooke Rethleg, just a bunch of kids my age went down there. And we just renovated this lady's house for a week.
That's
you
cool.
remember how Isaac was talking about he went to Chicago?
Yeah.
So one of the things Hillary did was put together a lot of mission trips for our kids. And so they went through leader tracks, and I'm pretty sure the Pittsburgh Project had something to do through leader tracks too, didn't it?
Couldn't tell you.
Like you had to do a program to go through it?
Leader tracks, the cool thing about leader tracks is it said, like, part of the problem in youth culture is they're never taught to be leaders. So they just have a bunch of adults do their stuff for them.
Yeah.
Yep. And so leader track says, okay, part of this mission trip is you have to have a leader that's a kid.
Yeah.
So essentially the kids lead the trips and the parents or the adults are just there to like facilitate, but there's a team leader, somebody that's in charge of food, somebody that's in charge of, so like in preparation, they have to get ready for it all, and do it all to teach them like leadership, obviously,
That's cool.
and that it's a good idea that at their age that they should be doing that stuff. Because again, I think that's part of the problem. We don't ever challenge kids to be leaders.
Yes.
Such a huge lack of that. It's just like whole, Message Sunday was about values, and there's just a lack of that nowadays. It's really unfortunate, because it's more or less, things are handed to you and there's no work that's really involved. And I mean, you're not going to, if you don't struggle, you're never going to learn.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
And so in that, so you're growing in your faith, you go to college, right? Things are going good.
I mean, no. So, I got baptized. Yeah, that was great. And then, I graduated from HU. So I had a bachelor's degree in elementary ed, special education. And so we started going to HU, and I really didn't want to go to college. That was like, my mom's like, you're going to, you're going to
that
college.
typical,
And so
everybody goes to college.
Everybody.
So you gotta go to college.
I did not want to go. Didn't really put much thought into that. This was like where I was kind of at a stalemate just in life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Really had no motivation, which was kind of a problem, I guess, growing up. Mom was pretty easy on me. Dad was really hard on me, which, that was, a whole thing in itself, but I didn't have the drive or didn't really like even put much thought on what I wanted to be when I grew up or how I wanted to help others or anything like that. So I was like, I'll just be a nurse because that's what my mom does. That's what my uncle does. That's what all my aunts do, Didn't think about it, freshman year was going good for about the first week. And then I was like, wow, this is a lot harder than I was expecting.
You can't coast through when it comes to nursing.
So
Now, being a teacher for the next generation, you can just coast right through that.
I know, nowadays. Seriously.
So, that first couple of years was pretty bad. I was more focused on the relationship I was in at the time and not anything else. So that's all I cared about. And so my grades suffered really bad. I was, when did I make the transition into teaching? That was towards the end of my sophomore year. My GPA was a 1.9, failing decentness and everything. It was bad. And so I made the transition over. I met Tyann Bailey. She's a head of education over there at HE right now. So shout out to you. She's great if she's watching. But yeah, that was a huge transition moment. She was a huge catalyst in me getting back into my faith, and there was a lot of rough times, like going through that whole transition, just like a lot of self-confidence issues, stuff like that.
Did some of that come from I don't know how much you want to talk about
I know, are you about to ask about the relationship? Because that's what I want to know.
How much of that had to do with it or not had to do with it?
It was a lot, yeah. So I'd met this girl in my sophomore year of high school. We dated all the way through my senior year of college when I had proposed.
Senior year.
Wow. College.
Yeah. Oh, was it all the way through?
No, that was junior year of college. Yeah. Sorry, I've tried to block this whole thing.
I know. That's why I didn't know if you wanted to bring it up.
I don't have any problem with it. Yeah. So that was up until the junior year of college where it's not proven. But she ended the engagement and she was married 8 months later to a different dude.
Gosh.
So, we can, assume and not assume of whatever was occurring in the back, behind the scenes there. But
did you not expect any of that? Did that come from left field?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a
complete surprise.
Yeah.
I remember when it happened.
It was
that's terrible.
Within a month, it was like, everything's great, and then boom.
That's so terrible.
That just shows you where I was focused. My brain, everything was focused on her. And it was, God was on the table, didn't care about school really, whatever, and and
that's why, and I brought it up just because I don't want to put words in your mouth, but at that time you'd put a lot of energy into this relationship. And then again, more hearing it through your parents, than through you, but it was like that happened and there was an emptiness, that came afterwards because now what do you work for? What do you do?
Exactly.
Where's all your motive? I mean, because you were getting
got baptized.
And again, there was it might not be motivated with school, might not be motivated, but I'm motivated to get married.
Yeah.
Motivated in a relationship.
Motivated to provide for her, motivated to
kind of the reason for doing what you were doing.
Yeah.
Right. Now all of a sudden that goes away.
Yeah, that goes away.
Yeah, because that's what he was saying. Like motivation in high school, goes to college, but doesn't really like it. But at the end of the day, if I can provide for her, I'm going to push through enough to be able to get it done.
Yeah. And your self-worth should never live in other people's heads.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where
it
was. And that's where I think everybody struggles with that, but that's something that I've had to work through my whole life is what are other people thinking of me? What, how do I look? All that stuff. But yeah, it was,
Do you think, Adam, that's newer? I'm trying to think, how old are you?
28.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back.
I look like I'm 25 or 28.
Same.
I'm trying to think back. I hear this a lot lately. Not self-image, I don't know if that's the right word, but of worrying about, I hear that more in guys today. I would hear it in women. You've heard that pretty much forever, right?
Yeah.
But I hear it more in guys lately, your age and younger, than I've ever heard before. Is that something new? And if it is it for a reason or?
It's definitely technology. I mean, just social media, stuff like that.
Yep.
Dating now is not what it used to be 10 years ago. I know now you're using an app, it's your photo. So if you don't have a good first photo, you're not even going to get a second look. Somebody did a study where this guy swiped 16,000 times on every single person. Yeah. And he managed to go on 3 very solid dates. He had less than 200 matches. There's a huge despair between females on dating apps and men on dating apps. Females have way higher success.
Yeah.
And then males have almost zero success. Like I can tell you right now, I haven't had a match within like in the last 2 months. I've had maybe 3. And that's between 3 different apps.
Okay, now wait a second. So you're talking way out of my league.
Yeah,
match what?
He needs explained.
So
like what?
you swipe right, you get a match, and then that's
You swipe what?
Right.
Right. That
That's
means
confusing.
Yeah. Okay. So
I get confused about that sometimes.
You say yes, like, oh, this person.
So you're like, okay.
It's solely based on attractiveness.
No,
so
wait.
like,
so you're going through your phone.
you see somebody attractive.
You're on an app.
Yeah.
And then if you like them,
You swipe right?
It's basically saying yes or no.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
You swipe left, no.
Okay.
yeah, whatever.
So you, so you're going through
Left, don't go.
Yeah.
Right?
So basically what we're getting, like, let's bring this back to the whole male value system is that men have to, like, if you're not appealing to the highest standard, like you're not even on people's radar really, like social media wise. And then, you know, you can even take this further into, you know, like something like pornography where, you know, they see the most perfect women or people in general. They see the most perfect, like, human specimen, like, that you can even see. And then, so, you know, men now they have this problem where they're, you know, oh, if I don't have a 6-pack and, you know, other qualities, we'll say, like, what do you think? Like, you just have this horrible sense of self-esteem. You think you're worthless or whatever, you know? And so that's a big deal. And
well, can we pick your brain for a while?
Yeah, pick my brain.
Yeah. So we have been talking about this idea of dating.
Yeah.
So we're talking about doing this series on dating because I'm sitting back here like I have a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
He does.
But
he does.
But again, some of those opinions have morphed a little bit since Sherry died.
Yeah.
Right? Because again, I never dated.
Yeah.
So I only dated Sherry, married Sherry.
Yep.
Now I'm with Sarah. She's the first person I ever talked to, and you know I'm going to marry her, right?
Yeah.
So I've never dated.
That's crazy.
Like in my entire life.
Yeah.
And so this whole concept of dating, the challenges of dating when you're in middle school, the challenges of dating when you're in high school, and then we talked about, and again, this is terrible terminology, so this isn't probably what we're going to
courting or whatever.
No, I said then there's the lost generation, which is your generation. Right?
Oh yeah.
People that are older, you're older. It's 28 old, like in the dating.
Yeah, I mean, and like
sort of.
In my terminology,
Not really.
I got married when I was 20.
Yeah.
So this is again, you hear it.
Right, but it is now where people are waiting until they're in their 30s to marry.
Right. So my point just is that how hard that, like, there's a pool of people in your middle school, there's a pool of people in your high school, there's a pool of people in your college.
And
then you get out.
Yeah.
Right. So you're out of all of those places, and now you're at this place of you're trying to find the right woman.
Yeah.
How difficult is it? I'm just interested. Like, how do you go about finding the right woman when you're 28 years old and you're not in college anymore?
Well, I haven't figured it out. So.
No, I mean, what are you trying? Like, I'm just trying. There's got to be these thoughts that go through your head, doesn't it? And does it bug you?
Yeah, it bugs me.
It does bug you?
Yeah, like when my ex-fiance left, like, not only did she take, you know, well, she didn't take the ring, she gave it back. But like,
That's nice of her.
But yeah, but when she left, like, yeah, she took my self-confidence, my self-esteem, and like any self-worth I had was gone. So, you know, that leads to, you know, like there's, you know, a lot of mental health stuff that comes with that, you know, a lot of depression and like all this stuff that I had never once dealt with ever. Just
love
boom, out of the blue. I'm like, I wouldn't even say I'm the same person. Well, I think I'm a lot better person now than I was.
Absolutely. You probably are.
You know, there's just a lot of craziness that kind of came out of that. But
so how did you build it back? Like, I'm curious about that because again, you can't be the only person out there, guy or girl, that went through this like holy freaking crap. Everything I thought I was went away. So how did you work on that to get? Because I look at you now, like personally, when I look at you, when I hear you talk, I'm on the group chat of the men's group still at Don. So I see some of the stuff that you send. I'm like, he's really become a man. Like,
thank you.
No, I mean, seriously, like you have changed your perspective on life from when I knew you before. Not like I knew you deeply, but to watch you, I feel like you've really grown up, like, and have really become a man. And so what in that journey, what are some things, like, what are some tools that you used or some people that helped you so we can help other people, guy or girl, because it's got to be somewhat the same, doesn't it?
Oh,
you know, on how to build back up from there.
Yeah, a piece of advice you gave me right after that happened. I don't know if you remember, I came out and we kind of talked in your back deck, and you said you need to find a mentor, like older mentor, you know, like somebody that's been through this stuff. And so Joel Childs, he's a great man. I guarantee he's going to watch this. So him and
Hey, Joel.
Hi, Joel.
Good job, Joel.
Is that the track coach?
Yep.
Okay.
So he, you know, they huge, like they really got me back into it. But yeah, it's like,
but it took time, right?
It took a lot of time. You know, I was really even doubting my faith after that breakup because, you know, obviously my values weren't in the right spot. I wasn't thinking clearly. But you know, I didn't go to church for, oh my gosh, it was a year and a half, almost 2 years, I would say, before I came back to life. And even I would listen maybe occasionally.
Yeah.
Very rarely, even that, you know, but I would just say, like, literally I just figured out what I need to value in life. And I read this book.
Somebody was on a journey with you. That's the other part of it.
Other people were, I mean, you need to have accountability partners for everything. Like, just life, you know, somebody you can talk to, somebody that can, you know, keep you square and make sure you're going to actually do what you say you're going to do and help you follow through. That's why, you know, having a good friend group is so important. You know, having people in your life that are going to, you know, call you out on your bull crap and make sure that you're actually going to do what you say. And, you know, and
because I've heard that too, like the other challenge, you know, for people that are your age is that, like, a lot of your friends are married.
Yeah.
And so how do you still create a friend group? What does that look like?
Out of my friend group, I'm the last friend that's single.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way. I'm just
saying. But that is the truth.
There is a challenge. Like what he's saying is
why.
But I think this speaks to Adam as a man, is because Adam has not sat back and felt sorry for himself. He's went out and sought out a group of men and a group of people. Well,
but you know,
you always do.
Everybody does.
Yeah,
like through this. But my point is that even though those things started to go away, he had to do his part. Because I hear a lot of people his age are like, life sucks, nothing's good, nothing comes my way, nothing ever happens, and they just sit back and complain about it all the time, where you're right, none of that stuff was right, but you went out and sought out something different.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you have to take ownership for your life at some point, you know, and I just started reading books, a lot of like self-help books. There's a book, it's called Subtle Art of Not Giving an F, but have
you read that one?
No.
The title is interesting. Yeah, it's whatever, but I would say like that was one of the most impactful things. Other than the Bible, that is the most impactful book.
Right, we need a note on that.
Yeah.
It is, that will change your life. And that's, you know, you can apply.
Because the emphasis is, I mean, I've read the book, so give people the emphasis of.
The emphasis is values. That's all it is. It's figuring out what you value and not caring about the other stuff. So not caring about what other people say, not caring about what you look like, not caring about how much money you make. Like you need value, you know, the truth, you know, like being a responsible human being.
But talk a little bit about that, Adam, because you've talked about this some. Like part of the problem in generationally is, and I don't think this is just like the older generation has and the younger generation does not. I think a lot of people have lost this. They really have no idea what they value.
Yes.
Like they have zero idea.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing I valued, I really struggled with valuing like material things. So, you know, I had this cool car right when I got out of college, and it was this, you know, Lincoln MKZ, and it was great.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was like fully loaded, paid way too much for it. You know, it was horrible. But you know, I sold that. Now I drive a 30-year-old Honda that's barely getting around, but hey, it's free. You know,
Hondas are great.
So, you know, like the emphasis is on making money, you know, looking good. That's all people care about.
Who helped you remake your values? Because you got to remember what's normally happening in the world is what you guys have said. Like this is the part that we didn't have to deal with. Is you're saying social media has helped set or the internet sets some of people's values because your standards are you're looking at people that you know, we would have never seen.
Completely unattainable.
Yeah, in my world, you would have never saw those people back then. Yeah. I mean, you looked at anybody in Monroe, Indiana. Right. I mean, the graduating class of 85 people, who are you looking at? Right? Like, the standards aren't that big out there. Right. And so you guys have this vast scope now that you're looking at that maybe trying to live up to. So did Joel or other people help you redefine some values? Like, because again, this is a process. This is what I want people to see is like, you're not just be like, I value the wrong things and I should value the right things. Like you have to work through it.
Yeah, no, I would say, I mean, you had a huge impact. Joel, Tracy, Tyann did, you know, just seeing my parents, seeing people in a great, you know, a good relationship. That's, you know, having a great marriage and people seeing that, that's going to influence people alone to improve their values.
Right. So finding somebody that, again,
is modeling.
You would look at modeling your values and then go meet with that person or talk with that person or see what they do.
But, you know, the whole thing, it's not going to work unless you're in community with people.
Right.
You know, you cannot just sit at home and do this all yourself. You know, it's too much.
And you have to want it.
Yeah. You have
like
to want
that's the first thing.
So let's pick your brain just a little bit more on the whole dating thing. Because here's what I about guaranteed. If you had no values, you'd be having all kinds of dates.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I don't see myself like that. I'm not a ladies' man at all. Like that's not how I roll.
No, I know.
But if you went out there, you could get anybody you wanted.
That's what I mean. If you just wanted to hook up and hang out, you could go.
You could get a one night stand for sure.
That's what my point was. My point was,
I guess you're right.
Like a ton of them.
That's my point.
Easy.
Yeah, because there's people out there looking for them.
Yes.
Right? There's people out there just saying, let's go. Right. So again, for you, when you're going through this journey, you're a single man and we know you got to pick the right one.
Yeah.
Right? Like you got to find the one that's going to make you a better man.
Yeah.
So if you thought through, like when you're looking on the dating, then we've talked about this a lot. Like, so it always starts with, are they hot?
Yeah.
Right. Like there is we had one person, I think in all of our time that said, the person I dated, I thought was ugly.
Yeah. But then it grew on her. Yes.
Yeah. But everybody else is like, you got to be hot first. Right. So you got to find that. But your other like value stuff that you put together, do you have what you want? Yeah, can you share it?
Yeah, they need to be a believer. I mean, that's very important. Their personality needs to be positive, you know, like and then obviously the first thing I get to know is their values. So it's like, what do you value in life? Right. You know, what are you after? What are your goals? You know, I don't want to date a deadbeat. I want somebody that's going to, you know, have as much drive as I do. I'm not saying I have like crazy drive. To,
you've learned from yourself.
Everything. Yeah. But I want somebody that's going to grow, you know, grow in their faith, grow as a person. I don't want somebody stuck in their ways that's going to, you know, and it's not like I'm looking for anything crazy here. Right. You're looking for just generally good qualities in the person. And
but those are hard to find.
Yeah. And
good qualities in a person.
Yeah. So like all of them, like maybe like you can find like separate ones, but all together, no, that's really hard.
Yeah. It's difficult. And I know like, it's been a hot minute since I got on the date, but like I know within the first 10 minutes sitting at a table with somebody, if this is going to be like, if there's even going to be a second date.
Yes.
It's like, you get this vibe and it's.
You get the vibe?
Oh yeah. There's a vibe.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah.
See, like when you guys talk about this, I don't actually get anxious about much, but the thought of dating makes me anxious.
It's intense. It really is.
It's not fun.
It's
I was
expensive.
Just like,
it's like.
Yeah, I bet it is expensive for you guys.
If you're doing it right.
Wow.
That's right.
Nice to be a woman.
See, I had this issue where it was like, I was going all out. First date, it was like, you know, we're going to go to dinner, hang out. Like, I would choose a spot and then, you know, we can walk and get ice cream for dessert, you know, and then
no.
Why not go see a movie later? You know, whatever. You're like, there is.
Not on dating apps though.
No, that's not. You need to like,
them.
Go on a walk first. Like, go on a walk.
Before you spend any money on them.
Yeah. I actually heard that in a dating podcast I was listening to. But they don't like.
Before I spend any money on you.
On dating, we don't know them from like a somebody like a friend group or somebody. It's like a complete stranger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't even know like if you like that person or not. And if you haven't been talking for that long, then you don't really know.
Yeah. First thing you need to do is see if they even look like they do in the app.
That's important. Yeah. No, remember I was telling you it's called
catfishing.
Catfishing. Yes.
Yeah.
No, have you ever had that happen?
I'm
never
not
had it
like
happen.
legitimately. I'm not like Manti Te'o catfish.
Yeah. Wait,
if you ever seen that, you need to watch that documentary. It's
on
amazing.
Netflix.
Yeah,
Okay,
you talk
okay.
about to watch it.
A guy made himself into a girl and
He did?
was Manti Te'o's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm gonna need to see this.
Died. It ruined his whole reputation. Ruined his life. Pretty
Ruined his
much.
life. Seriously, this
It's
guy
very
was
unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, he was an awesome.
He's a
He played
great
at Notre Dame.
Yeah, good.
Did he go to the
Christ
NFL?
following man. He did.
Really?
He did, but he just pooped out.
Right.
Yeah. So,
So you haven't been completely catfished, but you're like, wait a second, that video was doctored.
it's like, that. No,
Or
that
like a
photo
really old.
That photo was at least 5 years old.
Yes, I've had that happen too. Yeah, one time I walked in, I'm like, where is he? And then like,
it makes me angry.
Really?
Yes, because I want to, like, I'm truthful. I do not want to lie to anyone. I want to be exactly who I am. And if you're going to show up and not even look like what you say you do, then that's like the biggest red flag ever.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
I do within a year of photos. Maybe they're like yesterday, 2 days ago.
I go by my weight. Like, I'm not going to be any skinnier.
What about the height?
In the photos.
You're tall, so you don't have to lie
6'3".
about that.
No.
You're 6 what?
6'3".
No, I know.
Yeah,
if I have any sort of shoe on, I'm 6'3". So
that's impressive.
So you can say that, but people that are guys that are 5'10", they say they're 5'10", and they're really like 5'7".
No, I just make sure. I just keep the good qualities. My height, my nice teeth. What else? I think that's all I got going for me.
There you go.
My hairline's pretty nice still at my
Hey,
age.
Nick, can you take that and see if it is an emergency? My son's calling. And he's called through twice.
You're making me nervous.
Yeah, so usually...
I know, because they have
they call through the do not disturb. So,
for 2 times.
Yeah, and like if it's an emergency. Is it an emergency? Okay, keep going. Okay. You guys keep going. I'll be back.
Oh my gosh, this has never happened
Jenny,
before.
What do you value?
What do I value? That's a great question. Well, okay, so just like you, my values have changed a lot. Mm-hmm. So like before when I was dating, it used to be like anybody, I guess anybody that would give me attention, I would, just because I didn't value myself. Mm-hmm. So anybody that gave me attention, I would just like be sucked into them. Yeah. And usually so I've been on YouTube a lot, like watching dating app stuff. Yeah. And, which has been a whole thing. But one of the things is like a healthy man will not, like when women are like that, when they're like all in or nothing, like they don't value themselves or nothing. Mm-hmm. Usually a healthy man will not go for that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the clinginess can be kind of, off-putting for sure. And that's another, like, guys deal with that as well. Mm-hmm. That's a common problem. It's like
for women to be?
No, man, there's plenty of clean guys out there.
Yes.
Like, I'm not getting attention from women, so I finally find one and then boom.
Yeah.
And that's another problem. But
I want to know, so when you, and because Mike interrupted and I wanted to ask this, so I'm really glad that he's not here so I can ask it. So like, was she your one that you got engaged to? Yeah. Was she the first one that you like truly fell in love with?
Yeah, I would say, for sure. That was, she was like the third girl I dated, I would say, but like she was my first serious relationship. Yeah. So that was, I've had like, have I been in love since then? I would say maybe, yeah.
Really? You have?
Yeah. Just
since
once.
then?
Yeah. Which is unfortunate.
Wait, so did the same thing kind of happen then?
Well,
because I'm only asking because I feel like throughout my own life, I have gone through experiences like multiple times because I feel like God has been trying to get a hold of me for the same exact thing. Like if I would have just learned the first time, I wouldn't have gone through it so many times. Yeah. So like with the values, like, did you notice yourself like it happening again when you were dating the second person?
No. It's more of a, I don't know how to even explain it. It was like a weird, like, we weren't technically dating, but it was like we talked every single day and FaceTimed all the time and whatever, but we were never official. But like that went on for over a year.
A year?
Oh yeah. But it was, I mean,
and you guys didn't put a title on it or anything? No.
Everyone else did, but we didn't. But, she was very attractive. She was smart. She was kind. She was generous. Mm-hmm. It was all the values I'm looking for.
Yeah.
It was a slam dunk, you know? But I mean, if you have, it takes two. Mm-hmm. It takes two to date.
Yeah.
I almost like was going somewhere else there. But yeah, you gotta, if you don't.
I get it. That took me a second.
Don't say tango.
We could have said tango.
I guess so.
We've said a lot worse things on here before.
Yeah, we were talking about 69 earlier.
We were. I forgot about that.
Right. No, it's, if the other person's not feeling it, it's just not going to work out. And it was unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I think a good quality person is very few and far between nowadays. So
I know
especially,
that. Yeah.
Even finding a person of faith is really hard. That's not it's not the most appealing quality, I would say.
No. Well, even like people that say that they're Christians, sometimes like I've had men that say that they're Christians, but then like they're truly not.
Yeah.
So it's like going through all of the, like if when you get a match and then they say that they're a Christian or, they have everything that you want and you get excited. And then to me, it just feels like time wasted when like they're lying about these things and then they come on and say, it's like a complete, I don't know. Yeah. I just feel like I'm just going through it one and one.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And I feel like at our age, how old are you?
31.
Yeah.
I forgot how old I was for a second.
Yeah, you feel like there's a sense.
I know, I can't worry about it anymore.
Yeah, there's a sense of urgency, I would say, kind of at our age.
Yes.
It's not like,
well, not for you. You can make babies for a long time.
Oh my gosh.
This is how far we are on the subject now?
Pretty much.
We're on to making babies?
Yeah, well, because we were talking about a sense of urgency within the, like dating.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, well, he can make babies for a long time. Like, it's really urgent for me.
You're saying for the girls, like the time clock's ticking.
Yeah. Right. Like we're talking about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about, so we're through the dating piece, right? So you guys got that exhausted out there. So I want to talk about the whole like development of your faith, because the other part that I think has changed, at least over the last couple of years, has been this like, I need to do more. Right. Like I need to try to figure out how to take my faith and put it into action. Yeah. So can you describe some of what God's been doing in your life that way?
Yeah. I think I have a sort of heart, I would say, definitely like I get a lot out of helping people. That makes me feel good, being, just seeing someone else smile or doing something nice for a person like that's what I enjoy, So initially I thought teaching was going to be that route. And, I taught special ed over at Lincoln for 2 years. And I transitioned out of it though. The passion wasn't there. And, it was great staff. I love the kids. I have so many crazy and awesome stories, from that time. And I learned a lot. And, but it wasn't there. So I was, kind of lost after that, and didn't really know what I wanted to do. And, I was just so stressed, and that was impeding on my life to a point to where I couldn't do anything. It seemed like, and so once I transitioned out of that, it was, what am I going to do now? Like I still need to be helping somebody, and I can't just be doing nothing. And,
Are you an Enneagram too? Do you know your Enneagram?
Oh yeah.
Is it a 2?
Might be.
Is
that the helper? Or
yes.
whatever? Yeah.
Knew it. Yeah. Called it. Love calling people
the helper.
Yeah.
What's a 6? There's like I
don't know.
Yeah.
I'm the guy. I'm the one that likes to help, but also hates confrontation. So there's like a.
Yeah, something in between.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, that was a pretty big transition to leave what you just went to school for all of that. And
now I'm a mortgage underwriter. And
how did that happen?
I was talking to my friend Tyler, and I was like, dude, I cannot keep doing this. Like, I'm legit about to quit. And he goes, well, talk to my brother. I think they're trying to hire somebody. And I was like, but I'm bad at math, dude. He's like,
really?
I'm going to be a banker, but I'm bad
at math. I can't do that. I can't even multiply my head.
Are you good at math now?
I'm really good at Excel, which is really good at math.
That's true. That's true. Calculators, all that good stuff.
yeah, that's how I transitioned out of it. And it was more or less, I was job searching a lot, but couldn't find anything that I was really into, and I just met Adam Felsman over there at the bank, and he's just a great dude. And, then I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Wasn't sure how long I was going to do it, but now that I've gotten into it, I love it. And helping people in a different way, whether now it's with their finances and, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and I think that's important for people to see. That's why I brought it up, because some people are like, I went to school for this. I really hate my job, but it's the only thing I can do, and I've been doing it forever, and I don't want to transition. If I do transition, what if it's bad?
You got to take a step and risk it.
That's what I mean. Just jump out there and try something different. You might not know because you've never done, right? And so you've done that. You've got your own house now.
Yep. It's going to be a year next month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Moved out, got your own place. That's got to be good.
Yep. It's great. It's a lot of homeowner stuff. I wasn't sure. Just caught me off guard.
I bet. What was the number one thing, the worst thing that's happened so far?
Oh my gosh, I hate folding laundry. It's just a stupid
Oh my gosh, I thought you were gonna say a pipe bursting or
I had to replace my whole roof.
That's
6
intense.
months of living at the house, which was, the bank of Chuck Shoemaker really came in clutch there. I'm currently paying him back.
There you go. Way to go, Chuck. Shout out to Chuck.
Yeah, and thank you, Corey.
Parents are the best.
Yeah. My cousin Corey Shoemaker's got his construction company, and he hooked me up. I was super thankful for that.
So do you cook?
Yeah, I cook. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yep.
So you're a good cook?
No.
You're not a good cook, but you like to cook?
I cook all right. Right now I'm really trying to get into budgeting, and it was so expensive, that roof replacement. And just getting lawn equipment so I can weed eat my house, just basic things.
Right.
Yeah. There's just so much stuff that needed fixed. My HVAC, I didn't have air for the first 3 weeks of summer, and it was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
I'm with you. That you got to have air to see.
Yes.
Yeah, that was bad. But friends coming in clutch. It was so important. So important, man. Building good relationships.
Right.
So important. But that was definitely the hardest part.
Folding laundry.
Folding laundry.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I forgot what we were talking about. Yeah. So I cook pretty basic stuff, make a lot of tacos. So right now, I'm kind of dieting.
Taco Tuesday?
Yeah.
You're kind of dieting?
Yeah.
Kind of. What does kind of mean?
Meal prepping? Meal prepping? No.
Meal prep. So I fast majority of the day. I'll eat fruit. At lunchtime, a couple bananas and an apple, and then I just do one really big dinner. That's
and that works. I go work out. I feel like that's what made me fatter.
Really?
Listen, have you ever seen a man that ain't my size that ain't ate all day? Then you belly up to the table. Then you belly up to the table, and it's you wolf down food like you haven't eaten.
How much are you eating when you haven't eaten all day?
Judas. Can you look at me?
Yeah.
Do I look like a guy that would say, I'll take a half a cheese toastie?
Yeah. Cheese toastie.
Is there any more?
How much? How much would you eat?
I don't know. It's never ending.
My one meal is big.
What?
And so that's okay? That's okay?
As long as you're getting your macros in, it doesn't really matter.
And you're losing weight?
I've lost 50 pounds in the last year and a half. So.
Okay, so what are you eating? What's that main meal consist of?
Tacos.
But
so usually it's a meat. So it's I'm either eating a bunch of chicken or a bunch of right now I'm doing this kind of carnivore diet thing.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Basically, you just cut out carbs. You're eating a lot of protein. So right now it's I literally make over a pound of ground beef, 4 eggs, and then.
And you eat it all for supper?
Yeah, I'll eat the whole thing.
See?
Are you putting any sauces in there or anything?
You just spice it up with seasonings and stuff. Yeah.
The eggs go right in the hamburger?
Yeah, you cook the hamburger, drain it, and then I throw 4 eggs in there, scramble them up. And
you guys don't want to know what I eat for dinner.
What do you eat for dinner?
Tell us.
Well, right now, okay, so with ADHD, you have these things where you go through phases of food, and right now it's these pretzels that are frozen, and you warm them up in the microwave, and nacho cheese.
That's your meal.
Yes.
Oh,
it's a
2 of them.
It's
it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I get home so I hadn't ate much yesterday, and so then we had all those baptism videos last night. Made Nick stay forever. Get done with it. Stop by Sarah's just to say hi to her, and they had lasagna. And so.
Did you eat the rest of it?
But with my hands. So the pan's just sitting. pan is just sitting there. It's just like, I got food. I'm like, I don't know. So I just grabbed a handful of it. And I just started eating it. And she's like, "Are you a caveman? What is going on? Why are you eating with your hands?"
This reminds me of a story. Do you remember when we took you and Sherry to Ollie's at one time?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay, so they like, Ollie's is like deep dish pizza. It's like this thick. And like, we're all like using our knives and forks. Like, this is like a 2 utensiler, dude. Mike just gets it, picks up, and just starts mowing down with it. And I was like, how did that not even fall apart?
Oh my God.
He ate it in like 4 bites.
That's amazing. That's impressive.
I'm over here choking on the cheese because it's so thick.
But here's the funny thing. After that, I didn't know like how this all worked. So I'm just thinking like normal pizza, right? So you
didn't know it was like that big. Like
you just start shoveling it in, and then the next thing you know,
you're just like,
yeah, because you thought it was a regular pizza.
A block of concrete in your gut.
So you're just like going until like you're not even like you're not feeling those signs.
Thing. Like I'm pretty sure like to not be fat like I am, like you got to slow down.
Yes.
Because I just like eat like I haven't eaten in days.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah,
too.
then
and I'm just
like, and then I'm sure it all gets up to you.
Like, ooh.
Yeah.
It's the whole like
that's the
settle
problem.
down.
That's why I literally don't eat, because if I start snacking, it's gonna turn into like 4 bowls of cereal. I'm a legit glutton. Like that was seriously like
that's intense.
During COVID, I was like over 250 pounds because I just ate.
I'm a legit glutton.
I think a lot of people have that problem though.
I hardly ever feel full.
Okay, really? Like,
ever. But also, then I also don't. My hungry is not like, oh, my stomach is like, oh, it's cramping up. I'm so hungry. It's more or less like, I think my blood sugar is low. I should probably eat. Like that's what I feel like.
So you never feel hungry?
I do, but it's just like a different thing.
It's not like
that's really intense.
Cramp pains, hunger pains.
Yeah. Okay, because you never let it get there.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah, because I eat so much,
Got
so
you.
it's like it's a weird thing. But that's how I resist temptation, is like by not even giving myself a chance. Like I don't have chips in my house. I don't have pop in my house. I don't have like.
That's also dangerous too.
And that makes it cheaper to go to the grocery, because that's the stuff that's expensive.
Yeah, that is so expensive.
So Adam, talk a little bit about your small group. So you're in a small group, I think, right?
Yeah.
Are you still in the men's group out there?
I actually just started going back. So yeah.
You took a break for a minute?
I just go in phases where I just like kind of like step away and then I come back, and I don't know if it's like I'm too much like.
I know, why is
I'm
that?
not extroverted, but also I'm not super introverted. But sometimes I just need like, man, I need to like
get away from people.
For a little bit. Yeah, it's like nothing against I mean, the group's great. It's just sometimes it's not me.
It's me, or it is me. It's not you. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I just gotta step away and like focus on myself for a little bit, and then boom, I'm back right.
Yeah, but again, I mean, the small group has a different age, because that's what I was trying to get at. Is that it's in a small group. It's not guys that are all your age. Yeah, it's kind of all around the map. And so has it been helpful to be around?
Yeah, it's been great.
Older guys. Is there anybody younger than you?
No,
you're the youngest.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
Okay,
yeah.
So but with a differentiating age of people.
Yeah, you hear a lot of different perspectives. There's also, it's a great opportunity for me to like kind of enlighten them sometimes. I think that, and that's like, they just don't get not a kid's perspective.
No, they don't get the younger generation.
Yeah, right. It's different.
Yeah. And like I'm not Gen X, but I'm a millennial. So it's like, there's even a stigma just to being a millennial. It's like that word has this horrible like negative connotation with it. And it's just like, what the heck's going on? Yeah. Why is people picturing us like this, and it's really not that way. But it's good. There's a lot of good discussion comes out of it. You learn a lot, and obviously a lot of the guys come and go from the group. So it's kind of like a revolving door. Like some people come in, some people will leave for a little while and come back, like just like I did. That's not like an uncommon thing with our group. And so you'll meet new people and just see a lot more familiar
But you have
faces,
said from the beginning, from a long, long time ago, the community has always been an important part of your life, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Right. I have a lot of friends, and I keep in touch with them.
So are you, like, you're an intentional friend?
Yes.
Good for you.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because I
know him. He's like, yes.
No, I know, because he's probably looking at me like you're not.
I'm not either.
I'm terrible. Is a big thing for me. Like, I just text.
So like when he sends me stuff and I don't text him back, he's thinking you're an idiot.
Do you think that? No. Do you? Because I do the same thing.
He does send me texts. He sends me stuff all the time.
I know, but I was asking if he thinks that.
Resources and books and podcasts.
But you see them.
Well, here's the funny thing.
And you're thinking.
Ernie Little came up to me Sunday and he's like, dude, did you get a different number?
Oh my gosh.
I said, no, why?
Was he sending you something important?
Well, I've been sending you all kinds of stuff and, I just hadn't heard back from you. And I'm like, so you mean this? I've said all the stuff you sent to him. And he's like, yeah, you got it all? I'm like, yeah, I got it all. Listened to it all. It was all great. He's like, dude, can you just say thanks?
Yes, exactly. Or I got it.
Can you just say something?
Or I got it. Yes.
Yeah, can you just acknowledge that? Can you just acknowledge that I exist?
Period. Dot.
Right.
Like
something. So I'm thinking like, dang, I'm terrible. Like
that is pretty bad.
Because I really don't. I'm like, like I get them. I listen to them. I think they're awesome.
Do you see it on your watch and then you go along your business and then you just have so many texts?
Busy. No, intentionally I go through my phone at the end of every night and look at things that people have sent me or things I need to read. I put them in my schedule for the rest of the week to listen, to process, to go through them.
Okay.
I just don't. So this isn't Adam but I hate getting caught up in the thanks. Oh yeah, it was really great. Thanks. Yeah. I mean, you go like these one-word stupid things back and forth for the next 20 minutes.
Small talk.
What's going on here? Yeah. I love you. Stop talking to me.
That's when you just end it. You just say, like the message, and then you just like the message.
That's how you stop it.
That's how you do it?
Yep,
I don't even know what that means.
We can teach you.
Like a message.
Yeah, just hold down. You just hold down on the message.
You can laugh, ha-ha.
There's so many things that you can do. I know. I would die.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, so you just hold it down. And
if you hold on the message, it gives you choices.
Yeah, you just hold on to it. I'm not going to do it because that would make me look weird.
You just hold it down and
then it's like that's how you end it.
That's like the universal, hey, we're good.
Yeah.
No, but it probably should. I probably should be like acknowledge that I got it.
But I think people know you and like you're a busy dude and there's just like it's well known that the Hills they're not just the best. They're not the best.
Yeah, that's true.
I would say Isaac is probably the best.
Isaac is the best.
No.
Oh yeah, he's for sure the best.
So that's really sad.
Yeah. No, Brady, Lexi, Corbin.
Because I didn't think Isaac was good at it. I thought he was terrible.
No, he is terrible. But that tells you how bad the rest of us are.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's really bad. That's really bad.
Yeah.
It's
but I do the same thing. I feel like when you get so many text messages, like then you ignore it. Like they're at the bottom and you can't see them.
I hardly ever get text messages.
Really?
Well, I work on my phone.
I guess
so
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
That's why. That's my excuse.
Yeah, I'm in a group chat with my main group friends.
Are you a phone person or a texter?
Whatever.
But the point is, I think it's cool that you're at least intentional.
Yeah. That's true.
Right? That's what I need to be better at.
It makes me feel good. And also, I like it when somebody reaches out, hey man, how you doing?
Like, it is
you
nice.
You need that, you know? And so, I mean, like just this morning, a kid from Spencer from HU, which I haven't seen him in person since even before we graduated. And I just shot him a text and, hey man, I was like, you got a great life, beautiful dog, awesome wife.
Beautiful dog.
Good kid. Like I said, #goals or something. Just like something dumb, but but it's like I know that made him feel good.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I could be a good person.
Me too.
Like that.
I wish I could.
Like I'm terrible.
I was literally just thinking about that.
I don't know if this is selfish or not, but like that makes me feel good doing that. So I'm gonna obviously. What's the downside? Nothing.
Yeah.
Reaching out to somebody, seeing how they're doing.
No, the downside is like my grammar.
Nobody cares about that.
I know. If you're using that as an excuse, that's poor.
No. Like,
okay,
here's
but
the deal.
It helps you.
Like, if I see somebody like that, if I see Adam, like, this is what I see in you. I'm proud of you. Like, these things are cool and be able to talk. Yeah. But then I'm like, if something comes across, be like, oh, I should text Adam. Like, what do you say? Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, man.
Or does it completely go out, like, of your mind?
No, I'm just like, what do you say? Like, I could talk to him, but how do you put it in a text
You
message?
are overcomplicating it.
Yeah, you just say whatever's on your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Literally anything.
It's easier because there's no face-to-face interaction.
It's so much easier.
It's so much harder.
You have time to think about your thought before it even comes out.
Oh,
yeah, it's so much easier.
That's why I hate then I have to sit there and like...
I sound so much smarter in text than I do in person. Because you have to take a second to, or you can take forever to text back.
My emails are great. I have immaculate emails.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my Sherry used to say, when you speak, like people think you're really intelligent. Then you read and write, and then your IQ goes down way to the bottom. She's like, when you read sometimes, she'd be like, what happened to you? You know, when I'm reading on stage or something?
Yes,
So you think the same thing?
Well, no, I've only heard you. I've heard you say that. I've heard you say that. So now I listen. I hear you make mistakes.
And then when I write like I talk.
Yeah.
I do
when
too.
I write like I talk, it doesn't sound right.
But it should, because if you write like you talk and you're a good talker, then it should come out just fine.
Just wherever you would pause, you'd throw a comma in there.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah, I know that's the problem. It's just a big long run-on sentence.
It's a stagnant.
But either way, that's cool. Like that you're very intentional with people. Do you find people being very intentional with you back then?
Sometimes. I don't know.
But not really.
No.
So how would you, for people like us that are really bad at it, what would be like one piece of advice?
Make a list of 5 people you want to reach out to every week.
Every day? Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
Just check their pulse.
Depends on how hard you want to go. But reach out to 5 people you haven't spoken to or seen in a long time.
Okay.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Start small.
Yeah, start small.
Okay.
5 is small?
Well, I mean, like...
Or 1.
Yeah, when you don't respond to anybody for weeks?
Yeah, that's exactly. You should probably just start going back, like down, scrolling.
No, yeah.
You're on a new path.
I got to turn over a new leaf.
Right, that's what you're
Okay, so let's get to, we're close to the end, so let's get to... Questions.
All right, question time. So this one's from Lisa Leist.
Lisa's a good question.
She is. Yeah. She is. She says, yes, I love this young man. What drives him to keep an award-winning smile and attitude on this earth?
What drives me?
To be positive.
Right.
As positive you are.
Oh, gosh.
And she loves you.
I don't even see myself as that positive person. But
really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gosh, I would have seen that as a positive
I know,
person.
I would have too. And Lisa's like the most positive, so.
She is. And speaking of people that text like they talk, her.
Yeah, she does.
She does. Oh, man, what motivates me to do that? Just seeing other people be happy, I think. That's a good thing. And
the servant mentality that you were talking about earlier.
Just being a good person. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard to be a good person. It's not hard to help other people.
Just be a good, do it. Stop talking about it.
Flip and do it, man.
There you go.
Good. Just do it, Nike. All right, Kaylin.
Just do it who?
Just Nike.
Oh.
That's Nike's slogan.
Nike. Michael K. Call me out here, Jenny.
No.
Jenny.
Oh, that would be your nickname.
No.
Does anybody ever called you Mikey?
Mikey?
No.
Why?
No. I've been called Michael when
Mickey?
I'm in trouble.
Michael when you're in trouble?
When I'm in trouble. Michael is like you get by, you get your butt beat. The rest of it's just Mike.
There you go.
Or there's been some other choice words people have called me.
Yeah, there's always that. There's always that.
You can't always say them on air. Right?
But, we've said a lot. All right, Kaylin Griffith wants to know, what is your favorite thing about Life Church?
Favorite thing about Life Church is you. I would definitely say like you. Your ability to just preach the word the way it needs to be preached. You're not holding back. You challenge us every week. I mean, you want to talk about why my faith is the way it is now? It's because of you, because you challenge us.
Oh,
you make it.
That's sweet.
Jeez, look at that. Encouraging words like that.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I want to be challenged. Like, if I'm not being challenged, then why? Just like you said last Sunday, why are you here?
Yeah.
If you're not, why are you here? Why are you wherever you are? If, we all have a goal here.
Right. Yeah, well, that's cool because you never know that. Like when you get messages like last week, you kind of look at people out there and they're like, "Oh,
I know." Isn't that terrible when you're speaking and nobody you can't see it on their face? I smile.
I always feel for you because I go to the first service and it's quiet.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna just jump up and be like,
well, you should. Do you smile at least? I always
shake my head, smile, but I don't. I usually sit in the front, so at least you can see my face.
Right.
And if I'm
it's just so hard because again, you just never know. You feel like, and this is what I've learned though over preaching for so many years is you got to land on something at some point, and so once I've landed on this is what I feel like God really wants. I'm at the end of the day, I'm saying it. I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to, I know people are going to be mad. I know people are going to be upset and I know some people are going to be okay with it. But at the end of the day, I would much rather know that at least I'm answering to the one that matters.
Well, we've got a big group of people that are okay with it because, I think our first service is starting to look like the second service usually does. There's so many people.
The first service is becoming more than the second service.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I'm surprised. Yeah, because people keep inviting people. But again, I think that shows we're at a place, I think, in this world where people are like, listen, we got to figure it out.
Yeah.
We got to start getting our stuff together. We got to start going down that road.
Yeah.
So any other questions?
And that is it.
That's it.
Okay.
That is it.
All right. So any advice that you would give to any of our listeners? Because again, I think what's unique about your journey is you've been through a lot of places and you've really, from this standpoint, I see one of the most important things that you've done is like some people go out and find coaches and mentors and do all those things and they get all this information, but they don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And or they never pass it on to somebody else.
Right.
And I think you're doing both, right? In your life. And so if you could give any life advice to people out there, what would some of your life advice be?
Find a mentor, first of all. Read, listen to podcasts.
So do you actually read books or listen to books?
I listen to books mostly.
Yes.
That's
But it's reading,
It's
isn't
still
it?
reading.
It's reading, huh, Jennifer?
Yes. Jennifer?
I say
Jennifer?
yes. I say yes.
We have
It is.
another one that says yes.
Yes.
I think we have like 5 now.
But yeah, like I would say, I'll just give you a little starting point. Jocko Willink, listen to that dude, read his book, Extreme Ownership.
Yep.
I mean, that dude changed my life.
Yep, the dichotomy of leadership.
Absolutely.
Have you ever read Extreme Ownership?
You have got.
You keep asking me if I've read
Listen to me.
things. And did you not forget?
If you're a man, like you're going to resonate with this so much. Get on YouTube, watch his videos.
What's it called?
Extreme Ownership.
Yeah, so it's Jocko Willink and Leif
Babin.
Okay.
Leif Babin.
Leif Babin.
Yep.
That's always
But
confusing.
either way, like Extreme Ownership, the dichotomy of leadership, their podcast is long.
Oh, they're long.
Way
Some
long,
of them,
but still, I mean, he's got
great snippets in it. I
Like
would
how
say
long?
watch the clip. I would say watch the clips. Go on
How
YouTube, watch
long?
the clips.
Like
they'll
2
be
hours?
3, 4, 5 hours long.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, they're forever.
That's insane.
They interview. It's like this. They interview somebody, but it's like from their beginning of life through their military career and then where they are now. So, but find a mentor, read, listen, just improve yourself, pray. That's the biggest,
be intentional.
Be intentional,
Yeah.
man. Be intentional about your faith, be intentional about your life, be intentional about what you eat, be intentional about what you say. Your words mean a lot. Be nice. Don't say mean things to people.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Don't say mean things to kids. Be constructive, not destructive.
That's right.
Look at this. See, this guy's he's setting himself up to be a life coach.
Yeah, he is.
I can see it
Exactly.
coming.
I know.
He's got it.
I mean, there's a lot of one thing I keep in the back of my head all the time is the littlest thing you say to somebody can have the biggest impact.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's been so many times where somebody said something mean to me and that has it still rings into my head every single day at 28 years old. But also somebody has said something very simple and very nice. And that kicks that out the door. And then, then I'm on to thinking clearly and being motivated to do something else. So,
wow. Yeah, that's awesome. The power of words.
That's it.
Yeah, the power of words. So
Mm-hmm.
again, if you want to give them the number so if everybody knows for upcoming guests how they can get in touch with us and ask questions.
Yep. Just like Mike said, the number that we use. So I send out a text every week and let you know who's going to be on the guest before.
And pictures.
Yes, and we're doing
Which,
pictures now.
Seriously impressive.
I wanted to say that, but I never I kept I just forgot to say it. But I was like, yeah, man, because I want to see who these people are.
Yeah, face with the name.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I know. I thought that was a really great idea.
That's a great idea.
So just text, or wait, no, you just text me. I don't know. You guys got me distracted with the picture things.
You were giving the number.
I know, but then I got
was just like,
distracted.
and you put the picture
Right,
out,
and I
it's
put the
really
pictures.
cool. So you were going to tell them what the number is.
I was, and the number is 260-408-8383. Was I right? I get so nervous because I keep on saying my number.
I can't see that far.
But yeah,
Stares right into Mike's eyes every time you do that.
I know, because I'm like, am I doing it right? Am I not? I'm like, is he going to make a face?
Yeah, but anyway, we love for people to be able to go on there. And again, it's more than just questions.
Right,
I mean,
just me.
Comments going back and forth.
Yeah.
We'd love to be able to hear your feedback. And again, remember, intentionality, that's something that you've talked about a lot. And so when we say, just like you said, words that come into somebody's life are powerful. And we believe so are the stories of people, right? Yeah. Like the story of your life is powerful and can be powerful to so many people. And so our challenge is always the same. Share the podcast. Put it out there so other people can be a part of it. Because even if it is, this is the thing we need to remember is even if it doesn't always resonate exactly with us, you know, because some people are like, oh, I got to share this because it was so good for me.
Yeah.
And part of what you talked about, Adam, is this intentionality of sharing and doing, or just intentionality of doing things, not knowing how the end result's going to be, but being intentional in doing it. So we're telling people, like, be intentional, share it, you know, get people to subscribe to it, let it be whatever it's going to be. Yeah. But part of our intentionality into the world is to get it out to other people. So we'd love for people to be able to do that. And again, Adam, from watching your journey, you know, I was excited when I saw that you were going to be able to come on because again, I mean, you are a cool example of somebody that's been through lots of different places, hills and valleys, you know, in your life, but you've come out the other end and taken ownership, you know, for your life and ownership for the man that God wants you to be. And you're making a difference, and life isn't exactly the way you want it. I mean, you've shared that. Like, if you could have other things, if you could be married, if you could have, you know, all that, like, you could have that, but that doesn't stop you from being intentional and being positive and moving forward. So, you know, I'm proud of you, you know, and I'm excited to watch your journey. And again, excited to even listen to you today articulate kind of where you're at in life and, you know, how God's using you and the amazing things that, you know, are going on in your life. So, you know, we'll be praying for your future journey and again, be excited to watch you go alongside.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.